Everybody. Good afternoon, Bahamas, and I hope everyone is doing well tonight. I want to thank you all for joining. The reason I'm doing this special live is because I'm continuing to do what I've always done, and that is to make sure that I am transparent and doing what no other politician is willing to do, to meet the people and address the people, and to let them be able to ask questions. I'm doing this always because I want you to always know that you can, any information that you need to find out, you can find out from me directly because we know that this is a political season. And so they're going to put lies and smears and media twists out there. And so if there's anything you need to know from me or about me, you're going to hear it from me first. And that is what we're going to continue to do tonight. And so tonight I'm going to address the Bahamian people and my supporters and give you an update on uh, the Privy Council decision that went down today. There was no ruling or judgment per se, technically, but I wanted to make sure that everyone is up to date and knows whatever they need to know. And so we'll get started. Good evening, Bahamas. I come before you tonight to bring full clarity and finality to a civil dispute that began 15 years ago and has has at long last reached its legal conclusion. Let me take you back to the beginning. In 2009, I joined several fellow entrepreneurs to build what quickly became one of the largest and most successful shoe stores in our region. For 2 years, the business thrived until an arson attack reduce the flagship outlet to ashes. Every investor suffered loss. I too lost far more than I had ever stood to gain. Yet in 2016, one investor, only one, filed a lawsuit against the company and against me personally, demanding 40,000 Bahamian dollars. No other partner was sued, and no other partner saw a need to sue. And when I say partner, I mean investor. The matter went before Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson, but then fell silent for years. It was not until 2021, after we announced the formation of the Coalition of Independence, it was not until 2021, after we announced the formation of the Coalition of Independence, that I learned through social media, not the courts, not through a hearing, that the judgment had been entered. A month later, without any request or new hearing, that judgment was altered to add penalties. I appealed in 2022. The Court of Appeal partly agreed with me and partly agreed with the plaintiff. Still, serious questions remained. Why had the trial judgment taken 4 years to come down? Had the quantum, the dollar amount, been properly calculated? How did the requested amount jump from 40,000 to 64,000 with no explanation? Words used by the appeal court when describing the judgment and surrounding issues included lamentable, incredulous, inexcusable, particularly egregious, culpable, a blight on the administration of justice, inconceivable was used to describe the addendum judgment, which proffered the lamentable excuse for the delay. So in 2023, I petitioned the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council, our nation's highest court of appeal. A full hearing was set for May of this year. It was later rescheduled to a pre-hearing, which took place this morning, the 24th of July, 2025. After hearing my attorney, the law lords decided not to grant permission for a full hearing. In other words, they decided that they would not hear the matter. They acknowledged that the amount owed may appear to be wrong, and they shared our concern over the 4-year delay, but they held that those issues should have been pressed more vigorously in the Supreme Court, not at final appeal. With that decision, the legal journey ends here. So what happens next? Although I respectfully disagree with aspects of the lower court's findings, I have always maintained, and repeat now, that this was a purely civil matter between private parties. And if the outcome did not return in my favor, that I would pay. I have therefore instructed my attorney to begin the process to make this happen as soon as practicable. I want to express my gratitude to my legal team who pursued justice with courage and professionalism, even when political commentary threatened to cloud the issues. To counsel for the plaintiff, whose conduct remained courteous and very professional throughout. And to the justices at every level, who gave this case the attention the law requires. My fellow Bahamians, disagreements in business, especially when tragedy such as arson strikes, belong in the civil courts. I have always respected that process, and I do so again tonight. With this chapter closed, my full energy returns to championing your interests and advancing the Coalition of Independence Vision 2030 agenda, putting Bahamians first, a Bahamas for Bahamians, a sovereign wealth fund to benefit all Bahamians, safer communities, stronger families, and real economic opportunity for every island of the Bahamas. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. And may God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I will release this statement on social media for those who need to grab it. At this time, again, I'm going to do what most persons in politics don't do. I am going to open the phone lines and allow persons who have questions, don't understand something, they want to understand this better, to call in and do it at this time. I am at your disposal. This matter will also be presented to the Council of the Coalition of Independence on this Thursday for their review. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone line is open for call-in at this time, and you are free to call in. It is 803-5995, 803-5995. You are free to call in at this time if you have questions, you have issues, you don't understand something. While we are doing that, while we're waiting for you to call in if you wish to do so, to make whatever statement you want to make, I want it to be fully understood that this is a political season, and while this is a civil case, the political opponents, because they don't have anything on me, are going to try to make this more than it is. They're going to make it seem like some criminal case. This was a private matter, again, between private persons. I'm going to take this first phone call. Let's get this plugged in, please. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good night, Mr. Van. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. I am happy to hear you say that you will honor the judgment.
Yes.
But I have the question, if you pay the woman her money, what the PLP and the FNM have to complain about?
They never had anything to complain about. I won't be the first political leader to have any form of lawsuit. All of our political leaders, including Michael Pintard and Brave Davis, have had lawsuits. Lawsuits is a part of business. And so where you have business disputes, that's where you go before the courts. And that's all this is. Though I wasn't accused of taking anything. Someone made an investment. I know they put it before the court saying that this person gave me money personally. However, persons want to see it, that's up to them. But I will, sorry, I'm trying to get plugged in. I will say that I have nothing against anyone in this. I think everyone did what they thought was best, was in their best interest. And we'll see where we go from here.
Well, I'm definitely happy for the party that is done with that. We can move on.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you. All right. 803-5995 is the telephone number, 803-5995. Again, I'm doing what politicians don't do. I'm opening myself. I think that all politicians should be open and transparent, not hiding from the public. Again, the Privy Council did not decide against me. They did not uphold the judgment of a lower court. Basically, what they did was they said, we just don't want to hear it. They felt that the issues should have been dealt with by my lawyers at the lower courts. And that's it. And they left it at that. And so with that said, to not have this drag on any further, I gave my lawyer certain instructions. All right, 803, I see a lot of people are on here. 803-5995. If you have questions, this is your chance. I have opened myself to all of your questions. I know political trolls are going to want to just go and talk about this tomorrow, bring up issues that don't exist, etc. And so, again, I am here at this time for you to answer any of your questions if you don't understand what is going on. So um, the number is on your screen. The number is on your screen right down there, and it is 803-5995. If you don't have any questions, then we will move on from this. We're going to continue to do what we have to do. Like I said, I was hoping for a decision in the other direction. It won't be the first time, but I'm giving the public a chance to air their questions and then move on. Again, persons made investment. The investment was destroyed. This is what I'm standing by. The investment was destroyed, and someone decided that I should pay them back personally. I have no problem with them feeling that way. And again, that is what the courts are for. And so the courts have decided that, yeah, you should pay them back personally, and that's what I will do. But of course, I don't think that there's anyone who in that situation would not have allowed the process to go to the courts. And so again, the Privy Council decided that they are not interested in the matter. And so that's where it rests. And so we'll see where that goes from there. All right. And so I am putting this matter behind me, and the politicians can use this as they will. But again, I have always maintained that up to this time, up to this day, I kept my life so that I don't owe people. I don't deal with bank loans. I did everything I did on my own. I lived up to my capacity, and I don't owe people. Now I owe someone, and I'm going to deal with that. All right. So just so everyone knows. So if the election is called today, I will have to declare that I owe someone. All right. But in the meantime, uh, let me take the phone lines. Hello, you're live. Yes. Go ahead, caller. Yes, caller, you're live.
Yeah. I just want to commend you, all right, on behalf of being a stand-up guy, a true leader. All right.
Thank you.
And I fully respect you, man. You know what I'm saying? We need more leaders to be open. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Calling from Freeport, eh?
Yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right.
All
Enough
right.
respect, man. Coalition all the way.
Thank you, man. I can say that when Philip Brave Davis had a case, this is not to bring up anybody else. This is my thing. I'm gonna have to deal with it. You know, as a deputy prime minister, he filed to the courts to keep everything secret, to not bring it out until after election. I never did that. There were persons talking about this case straight through from the beginning of that judgment to now. I could have filed to have persons talking about this sub judice case dealt with, but I believe in freedom of speech, and so I did not do that. I believe that as leaders, we should be open and we should allow people to question us. And that, I'm sorry, caller, I didn't get, okay, I think I got you. All right, I believe that we should allow people to question us, and that people should know what's going on with us, and no part of our lives should be secret from the Bahamian people. I believe that people should have freedom of speech to criticize us without worrying about being arrested, etc. And that's why I get criticized and lied on every day. They say all manner of things about me, and I don't sue them. I don't go to the police because I believe in freedom of speech. We're going to have a different kind of leadership in this country, and I'm going to lead that by example. And that's why I am doing this tonight. No news media. This is going to be on the headlines of the papers tomorrow, I can tell you. because they only talk about the COI when there's something negative to talk about. And so this is going to be in the papers tomorrow, but we don't have to wait for that. I will always, if there's something that they say is going on or something, a decision to be made, or I did this or that, if it didn't come from me, don't pay any attention to it. I will always come to you first. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon, Paul. You're live.
Yes, Mr. Bain, Mr. President.
Yeah.
So glad of what transpired.
Yes.
That we could all be behind this, and just like you said, this will be on the front page. Oh, they found guilty. That's how they're going to feel.
Yes, but you can't get found guilty in a civil case. It's not a criminal case. But of course, that's what how the trolls are gonna word it. You can't get found guilty. You just get found liable or not liable. So that's all it is. They're deciding who should pay who and who should do what. So that's how it works. Are you still there, caller? Think we lost you. I guess. Oh, it says, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, you're live.
Yeah, but what we do know, the main people do know, is that the mass media is prejudiced against the blaming people. That's how I put it.
Yes.
The people. What is so strong about this all is that you did not hesitate to bring it.
Yes. I'm sorry, caller. We're having a bad connection. I'm so sorry. You may have to call back. I can only take WhatsApp calls tonight. Oh, you're back, caller. Go ahead.
We know that this is all an election ploy, and they was holding this, they could hold it because God's in control. And the Bahamas and the Baby people, you need change. And you have that change, you have that vision, and we have the vision that you have. We, the Baby people, we will stand with you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. 803-5995. I am opening myself to the public for public questions, comments, support, or ridicule, whatever it is. This is a new way of leading in this country, and I am open to you. I am submitting myself to you, and so please call in and state your piece, or forever hold your peace. All right. So I am here. Again, you're not found guilty, you're not convicted, etc. in a civil case. It's just someone says you owe me, and someone says you don't owe me, and that's how it works. Good evening, caller. You're live.
Hello, good night. How you doing?
I am awesome. Okay.
Questions, one for you and one for the public. The question will
Go.
vote.
Say it again. Say it again. You were breaking up.
Kids that live abroad vote. Like, is there like some kind of online portal or mailings type of something where they votes can come in so that they vote can, be added? Like, we can have
Only
votes coming in.
only those who are working or in school abroad. Those are the only ones.
So, like, something happened for the others that cannot, because I have a cousin over there. She's married to an American citizen. How can she vote?
She has to come to the Bahamas and register, and she will have to come to the Bahamas to vote when it's time. Once we become the government, we're going to change that.
Okay.
All right.
So, the Bahamas, we're not going to do the right thing and we're going to be a part of history. Do you realize that this man comment that is going to be history? You can imagine being a part of history. Can you imagine being a part of history? How good it is for the elders to be able to say that they live until independent days? How proud are you now to think these modern days? Look at these modern days in our country. People don't have light. They don't have water. They don't even have proper internet service. Like, Come on, some places on these islands, they don't even have a pizza in the mall. When are we going to want better and make history, Bahamas? Come on. Good
Okay.
night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. They said they can't hear the callers clearly, so mute that, please. No, you can go. Thank you.
All right, you should be able to hear
All
them.
right, you should be able to hear them.
Let's turn that down.
Let's turn that down.
Call you live. Call you
Call you
live. Go
live.
ahead.
Call you live. Go ahead.
Hi, good night, Lincoln Bain. How are you, sir?
I am awesome. How are you?
I am awesome. How are you?
Awesomer. Awesomer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Truly, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has some situation. I wouldn't even call it a mistake. It's just life. But what I really admire about your style of leadership is you're transparent and clear.
You're transparent and clear. You are who you are. And that makes a big difference in this country, especially now. People could argue or whatever about it, but you're just stating what it just that's what I appreciate. And that's what I appreciate.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
it's more like a private matter, I would say. But you brought it out to public. And you didn't have to do that.
And you didn't have to do that.
And whatever the outcome is, what it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's very refreshing and it's very motivating for me to continue fighting for this country and for the children that are coming out.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is motivation for.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And again, this will.
And again, this
call it, you
will
can call in
continue.
now. I
Call
saw
us. You
other
can call
persons
in
trying
now. I
to
saw
call
other
in.
persons trying to call in. And this will continue once I become Prime Minister or President of this country. We will always be answerable to the people. We will always be transparent with the people.
You know what a man is going to do.
You know what a man is going to do by what he's doing now.
And so,
all right.
we're not saying that
we're
going
not
to do
saying
this
that
when we
we're
get there.
going to
We're
do this
doing
when
it
we get
now.
there. We're doing it now.
And I have come forward.
And I have come
whenever
forward.
there's
And
something that I
whenever there's
apologize
something that I have to
for,
apologize for, or something that I needed to address to the people, I've always done so. And I will always.
I will always be
I will
in front of
always
matters
be
to
in
make
front of
sure
matters to make sure that
whenever I make a
whenever
mistake,
I make a
I'm going to
mistake,
be there to
that
tell you
I'm
that
going
I've
to
made
be
a
there to
mistake,
tell
but
you
this
that I've
is the
made a mistake,
direction
but
that
this is the
we are
direction
going to
that
go
we are
moving
going to
forward.
go moving
All right.
forward.
And so,
All right. And so
I think that I think we need to put that
device back because I think they may be hearing an echo because it's not down
enough. All right.
All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the phone line is open. I know persons were calling. Okay, let's get this call up.
Okay.
Call you live. Go ahead. I am awesome caller.
I am awesome caller. Go ahead.
I was calling because I've heard you speak about the 1 acre of crown land. So I understand that's all well and fine, but I just want to know what is the plan for the development of the crown land for babies? Would you be subjected to paying all of the fees associated with the development? How would that work?
No. When we develop the crown land, there will be no fees to Bahamians. You will not pay $1 to receive your crown land. Not $1, because that's yours already. The government is only managers of the crown land, and so when we become the government, we're going to issue to you what is already yours.
Okay, that's
Okay,
how
that's how that is
work.
going to work.
We will
develop certain areas that will be specific for housing, specific for agriculture,
specific for
business,
business,
etc.
But you will not be responsible
for that development.
Okay. And how many acres of crown land do you foresee being available to Bahamians?
As many acres as we have. We believe that there are 3.5 million acres of crown land. There's more that are wetlands. But 3.5 usable acres. And so we believe that
we have 200,000
Bahamian adults.
Yes.
Okay, they're saying that there's a bad echo. One sec, while the echo should be gone now.
Okay.
Okay, wait. People will probably still hear that echo. Hold on one sec. Mm.
Is it gone now?
Hold on. That echo is nothing to do with you. Just give me one sec. Let me see how I could deal with that. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so callers, just let us know if you listeners, just let us know if you. Oh, someone says it's fixed. Oh, they said it's fixed. Okay, perfect.
Right. So, further question. So, let's say an acre of crown land, and it's undeveloped. It's, let's say, there's no light post, there's no plumbing, there's nothing there, and I don't have the financial means to develop it.
You won't have to do that, and we're going to remove that policy. That's a scam of BPL charging people for lampposts in new areas. That's wrong. BPL should cover that cost because they're going to make money from that area. They've been charging people in order to bring lampposts into their area and wiring. That will never happen in the New Bahamas. That is going to change immediately when we get in.
Okay, and roads and sewerage and things like that would also be provided.
Yes, of course. Now you're gonna hear more of this. You're gonna hear more of this. We have our final in this series of town hall meetings is going to be on Sunday. We want you to come out and support. We want you to be there. You're gonna learn all about your land, what has been happening, what we propose with the land. You're going to learn about the legal ramifications, not only crown land. There are people who have been robbed of land. The Queen and the King has issued land, big acres of land to Bahamians, but our black government taking land from them, saying that it's too much for them to have, and they've been taking it from them and disenfranchising them, and we are going to correct that wrong. So you're going to understand everything that they've been doing with the land, all of the canals they've been digging, and the cutting of hills, etc. You're going to understand. You're going to understand land, and we're going to let people who've been victims of this actually speak, so you can hear what has been going on. But we're going to right that wrong.
Okay, all right.
So just come. You can come in. Come in.
It's going to be live.
I want this to be a long live tonight. So if you're going to call, please call 803-5995. 803-5995 is the number. All right. Go ahead, caller. You're live. Okay, we lost them. 803-595. I am open to the public. I have nothing to hide from the general public. Questions you want to ask? If you see something you don't like, if you don't understand it, please, this is your chance to call in. The social media posts asking questions. You don't have to because I am here to answer your questions. And so, please, this is your chance. So I can answer those who have just council that they're not going to make a determination on either way. They decided that they will not hear schedule on May to have the hearing start. They postponed it last minute and then came back and said that in 2 months they will have a preliminary hearing where they'll determine if they wanted to take, a case of this nature. It's a case for $40,000. And they said that, whatever should have been argued by the lawyers in the lower court. I have no issue with that. But again, as I said from the beginning, this is a civil matter and we're going to pay and move on. All right. So, any other questions? And I can't see all of those comments. The comments move quickly. All right. I was trying to see some of your comments, so I'm leaving myself open to you. This is your chance to call in, say what you have to say, and then we move on. I'm putting this behind me, and like I said, I won't be the first to have to face them in the house now. And so we're gonna move on and take this call. Good evening, your live caller.
Ben, how you doing?
I'm awesome. Before you comment, I just wanted to answer this person. Someone says y'all want to run a country but can't do a stable live. What we do is we do lives to address the public. No other parties do that. We offer ourselves and we educate the public through whatever medium is available. If the government is interfering with our lives, then so be it. If Facebook is interfering with our lives, then so be it. We're going to continue to use the mediums that are available to us outside of the mainstream media, and so that's how we continue to do this. We do the best with what we have, and so far it has been promising. We get about up to 1 million views, sometimes more, every single week, and so it's effective enough. But for your criticism, go ahead, call you live.
Hey, what's up? Question. Now I because got offended. Some journalists said that the prime minister came out and even made a statement about the young man them that died in Haiti about bringing their body or anything like that. Anything. I haven't seen it. I just want to know.
Yeah, I think he made a comment today. He did make a comment today on that, just giving his condolences and hoping that Bahamians wouldn't get themselves in trouble moving forward. That's basically what he had to say.
Okay. Wow. Today. Okay. Okay. So basically, for me and my wife to move in this new apartment, we had to pay $1,000 to get our light cut on because there is a fee because of what somebody else did. I don't understand that. Could you help me? Because the history box. That's what they call it. What's up with that?
Can you repeat that? The history buffs, what's the issue?
The history of the meter and dollars. So in order for me to cut my light on, I have to pay $1,000 to cut my light on in a new apartment that I've never been in.
My brother, don't waste your time, your brain power, or your efforts with BPL and their charges and what's going on. Electricity is going to be free very soon. We are going to have ocean electricity. We've had meetings toward that. We're going to have electricity from our dump sites, and we're going to have electricity from solar. Ocean electricity is very promising, and so we are meeting with professionals now to make all electricity will be free. And the money they're making because they own focal, etc., that is going to be over and done with. All right, so to be free, that is a promise.
Okay, well, they made a promise, and it was in the papers, and we ain't got free electricity. If anything, it went up. But one more thing, me and my family, all of us, we have property in Abercrombie. We was waiting on the government for about 3 years now, because they were supposed to. They built school on the property. They had something in the paper stating that they was gonna give families monies for the properties that they use under the government. Nothing yet. And how things going and how they crying broke. I know ain't nothing coming, but I just wanted to let people know, like, under government, we ain't forget about that. Like, we still waiting on that. You send people in. Say that I was going to do it for us. Been 3 years now. Other people on the island.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Tune in Sunday at our town hall, and we're looking for everyone to be here on Sunday at the COI headquarters for our last in a series of town hall meetings. Come and join us. We'll have food and everything here for you. This town hall is going to be on land. You need to hear this one. This is serious. All right. 8035. I'm going to read one of these comments. It says here, Mr. Bain, what is so sad? You have these radio and TV personalities praying for this movement to fail. They're not praying for it to fail. Some of them actually don't believe what they're saying. They're only saying what they're paid to say. Trolls are being paid on social media. Stop listening to trolls. They are making up lies. They're being paid lies, tell story, twist the truth. And they've been exposing themselves and saying that they should get paid and that kind of stuff. This is when you've been hearing that from this whole administration was in. Before this, you've been hearing that. So if it comes from a political troll, don't believe it. If it comes from them, don't share it. They're getting paid to use you as the mule to share their stuff. Don't give them your attention. Don't give them your views. They are paid political trolls, and their job is to make sure that your children and their children don't benefit from this country, that we keep the same status quo. They hate their children. That's why they would take a few dollars today so their children will starve tomorrow. No matter how much money they make, that money is going to be gone in short order. But our country, we are losing our country. And if we don't win this, we're going to be overrun with others, and this country is going to be gone. So, to continue what they're saying, they want me to explain the funds, the system of investment and returns in terms of benefiting from the natural resources for the negative people out there, and also about the crown land. I was just skimming through it. Resources. We have so much natural resources. I don't know how I can explain that we are worth billions and billions of dollars. You heard Brave Davis say it. You heard the Minister of Works, Alfred Sayers, at the time say it. Your carbon credits is worth trillions of dollars. That's their words. Alfred Sayers said $33 trillion. Your carbon credits from seagrass alone is $156 billion. I don't know what else I have to say. I don't know. I mean, listen to them. It's not me telling you that. That's their words. If this thing is this valuable, why don't we go and get it? What's this? Everything is impossible talk. Go get it. Or put a government in place that's going to go get it for you. It's simple. And so it's not, our sovereign wealth fund will not only be about the natural resources, it's not just about sand and salt, etc. It's about the businesses we're also going to go in. It's about the cruise ship industry that we're going to be in, taking tourists around this nation to move the economy around, to give you a reason to go back to the Southern Islands, to create resorts on the Southern Islands, boutique overwater bungalows in our Southern Islands, so that you have a reason to go there and offer services, do businesses. I'm not talking about Bahamians being slaves. Do businesses to service these industries, marinas on the Southern Islands, the most beautiful beaches in Crooked Island and Auckland. Beautiful beaches on these islands that we're not using our ingenuity to expand. We're going to give you a reason to want to move to Auckland, a reason to have to move to Crooked Island. We're going to transform this entire nation by doing things to push the economies in those areas. And then we're going to give you the crown land in those areas in order to do whatever it is that you have to do. All right. It just takes vision to do that. And so I just want to say that the crown phone line is open 803-599 disappeared from the screen. I'm sorry. But 8035, I got 15 more minutes on an hour tonight. Good evening, you're live.
Yes, Mr. Bain, I just want to clarify what you said. You said, as I said, it's 33 trillion. It's Anthony Ferguson, just to clarify that up.
No, actually, it was Alfred Sayers who said that in the House of Assembly. I've played that clips on many occasions. Anthony Ferguson also talked about the value, but specifically, Alfred Sayers says it's $33 trillion. Okay. Not Anthony Ferguson. All right, thank you. Anthony Ferguson is the one who the company name is in. who is benefiting from this.
Yes, I just want to say thank you for what you did for pairing us up, and that we don't have to be hearing this anymore. And we still just going to move forward. But what we doing?
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. All right. 803-5995. So got 15 more minutes on this. This is your chance to call in. If you see people commenting in the chat, tell them, build up the courage and call in. I can't see all the chats because they move pretty quickly. So please have them call in. I can see a response to someone saying, please call in. He is waiting. They're talking to a AJC, I guess. I don't know what they had said, but please call in. I don't have anything to hide from the Bahamian people. I am one of you. I am a Bahamian. And so I have nothing to hide. So please call in. This is your chance. Call in and say what you have to say. If you have any questions, so the trolls say they don't have the balls to call in. All right. So this is your chance. So being all over WhatsApp and social media spread. The thing with trolls is they don't want you to clear up anything. They want to just spread lies and twist the truth. And they don't want you to answer it. So they're not going to call and let you answer it. They're just going to put it in the groups and talk nonsense and spread their opinions on their forum. But I've opened the lines. I've spent an hour doing so. I have 13 more minutes. And so please, if you wish, if it's something you don't understand, that's please, this is your chance. In terms of Shanice says, I'm looking really sharp tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Had caught today. All right. So someone says one doesn't need courage, they only need be informed. Why choose the Agenda 2030? That is also the agenda of the WE. Our Agenda 2030 has to do about the year that we will deliver that. This is not connected to anyone else's agenda. Saudi Arabia also has a Vision 2030. That's just two generic words, vision and 2030. No one owns any of them. We're not connected to anyone. If anyone else has a plan for 2030, that's on them. But this is the plan of our organization for Vision 2030. It's not conspiratorially connected to anyone else. All right? I am not connected to anyone except my Lord and Savior. All right? And that's that. Good evening, call you live.
Good night to you, sir, your guests.
Good night, my brother.
To your Facebook friends. I will be in on Sunday. Would be on your show and bring documents where consecutive governments has from my people, and not just have they stolen land, they have made statements that too much land and that they would be getting those land over their dead bodies.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a seat on the panel to allow you to speak,
yes,
and to put your message out there.
Yes, so
Bahamians need to know.
Be there in Nassau. I will be there this coming Sunday.
Awesome, my brother. See you on Sunday.
All right, sir.
All right. There we go. Good evening, call you live.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Bain.
Good, I got 10 more minutes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling to thank you for coming to the Bahamian people live and direct and with honesty. I wish to only say that I wish others would do that also. And again, one of the things I do want to mention is I'd like to see something done with the banking industry in the Bahamas that allow Bahamians entrepreneurs to expand and to build this Bahamas and our Bahamian people and putting Bahamians first and foremost. I really appreciate that, and I know Bahamian people appreciate that. Thank you, sir, for your live and direct and honesty, sir.
I appreciate that. 8035, I have 9 more minutes. 8035-995. Again, it's time to move forward. Let me make this clear. If the PLP or FNM government had had anything on me, that I'm some bad guy, that I'm some crook, etc., they would have destroyed me a long time ago. If they had anything on me in all of the businesses that I've run, they can't say that I avoided customs, BEC, NIB, anything that these normal crooked politicians have been known for doing. They only have this matter that they can bring up, which is a civil matter. I have done all that I can for people around me, people who've come to me. I've tried to be the best man that I can be. All right. So I just want to make that clear. Think about this, Bahamas. As long as I've called, I'll come to you right now. Think about this, Bahamas. As long as I've been fighting them and exposing them, and they have not liked me, if they had anything on me, don't you think they would have finished me by now? Think about that. I want you to ask yourself that. If they had anything, even if it was a gray line, a gray area, I call their names, I call their businesses, I say what is going on. They've never been able to arrest me for slander. They've never been able to sue me for slander in all these over 2 decades of my life. Half of my life, I've been exposing them. If they had anything on me, many Bahamians don't come forward because they don't want to get victimized, they don't want to get arrested, etc., etc. If they had anything on me, real, legit, don't you think they would have finished me by now? Think about it. Let's go to the phone lines. Call you live.
Good evening, Mr. President. How are you?
I am alive.
But I really want to know what are you going to do? I know we're going to win this election. What are we going to do with local government?
Local government is something that Ingram implemented. The world was going towards city government. The people actually control their affairs. But Ingram didn't want to relinquish the power. So he did it, call it local government, but didn't give them a real budget, didn't give them real autonomy at the time when he did it. All right. And so we're going to have island states, which means the money made on your island stays on your island. This is not about empowering Lincoln Bean or empowering the COI. This is about taking power from the politicians and giving it to the people. And so we're going to have island states, which means your money stays there. So you have your own budget. And then we're going to have city government, real city government, where your budget comes from your state. And but it comes from you to your state, is approved by your state, and you get your own budget. And you're able to do what you want to do in your state. The central government can still do things on the different islands, but they got to use their own budget for that. All right, that's what's going to happen. So that local government thing, no, you're going to have a mayor, and that mayor can be fired. You don't have to wait for election. He can be fired by the city council or by the governor or president at any time for not doing his job.
Okay, and what about the administration office? Like people who works there, what they're going to do with them?
Team. And so that team is going to be there to administer whatever needs to happen. Okay. So it's going to be more like they do in other states, like in America, in even in China and Russia has you know. So the reason we don't have keep the control and keep the ability to steal that money, all right, making these big contracts, inflating the contracts, so and they control who get the contracts, and that's how they stay in power. So most of the people you see go into this link up rally was coming up, they people who want to get a contract. All right, most of them. They're going to use the country people to bring you the ones to go out there in the community and convince you to come. They're making money from it, but you tell you, come, come on, come, support the party, and that's what they want to do to keep you in poverty.
Thank you very much, Wesker Muhammad. Needed that.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Thank you. Next, we have 5 minutes left. 803-5995, 803-5995. That's the number right there at the bottom of your screen. 803-5995. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying before the caller call in, and we could take another one or two calls. If this government had anything on me, you think I would be sitting here? Anything? Do you think I would be sitting here? Me? As much as they don't like me. Now, so what you're going to see is a media blitz with a civil case. All right? Forget Privy had civil cases, Pintar had civil cases, many of their MPs, Leslie Miller, a lot of others have had civil cases. Businesses have civil cases. The government owes people. The government has been sued. Major businesses in this country has been sued. Atlantis has been sued. Bahamas has been sued. Being sued is a part of business. The courts are just there to settle disputes. That's what being sued is. These two people have a dispute and we want to settle it. It's not a criminal situation. All right. So you're gonna hear them twisting the story. And I just want to say this because a lot of people saw in that judgment, the judge said the lady was an old lady. That was a lie. All right. The lady was born in October 1974. She was 35 at the time. And they call her old lady, trying to spin the story to make it sound deviant. Like this old lady give him some money, etc. So she is 35 years old. All right. She was at the time. All right. She's still not old to this day. I was younger than her. All right. But she was 35 at the time. I was in my probably late 20s, early 30s at the time of that. That's an age ago. But that's the kind of lies that was going forward at the time. So it might have been a misspeak at the time. I don't know what it was. And that's just my opinion of what it was. That my opinion is that it was a lie. It might not have been, it might have been someone misspeak. But to call someone who's 35 old, I think that's an insult to that person. Very offensive to that person. Let's go to the phone lines. Good evening, you're live.
Hi, Mr. Bain.
Hi.
Listen, I know Dr. Miles would be so proud of you right now. Followers becoming leaders. Just want you to know that we're constantly praying for you, this Dr. Higgins.
Thank you, Dr. Higgins. God bless you. You're looking good out there on the land.
I watch you daily, so we constantly praying for you.
Thank you.
I'm listening to you, and I say, Dr. Miles would be so proud of you.
Amen.
Right?
Thank you.
But we're gonna continue for you, okay?
His legacy will live on.
I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Okay.
That's Pastor Higgins. That's Henry Higgins' wife. Yeah, that's Ann Higgins. And so love them. All right. So I've been doing this for 59 minutes. We gave all of the trolls, anyone who had an issue, a chance to call in. And so if they didn't call in, that means that they really know that there's nothing to it. So they're just going to do some Facebook posts, some other posts, etc., to try to make you look like a bad guy. Like I'm the first Bahamian to have some kind of lawsuit. But first politician, and so wake up. All right. So like I said, that's my personal matter. I'm going to deal with that. Let's deal with the people who have been raping and robbing this country. The people who have been raping and robbing you. The people who are going to build an $1 million bridge for $10 million. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about building a road for $160 million. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about a future, a real future of this country. Let's talk about taking $16 million for Golden Yoke program. 16 million, not 40,000. $16 million for a Golden Yoke program and not one yoke yet. How you could take 4 years, $16 million, and can't produce one egg? Not one? Listen, man. I think I need to go get a chicken and show you all that in one day we could produce egg. Just get one chicken, one layer, and in one day you will have a couple eggs. How you take $16 million? That ain't about the eggs. It's about something else. And we are investigating this new ID card thing. I'm going to reveal the findings of my investigation, what this is really about, on Sunday. So come and join us. Come give me your support, man. Come give me your support. Come join us live in studio. You're loving our new studio, right? You're looking good. Come join us live in studio and be a part of that live. We're talking about land. We're also, because we had someone who was trying to get here in time for last week's live, they were a crime boss. They were a crime boss, a well-known crime boss who understands crime in this country. I'm going to start out talking to them. Last week we talked about crime, but you didn't get to hear from them. I told you the politicians are the ones behind crime. You're going to hear Sunday, Lord's willing, from a crime boss. So once you're able to make it, you're going to hear from them. If not, we'll continue to talk about land. For the first part of that, we're going to talk about that situation, crime, and what they understand about the crime, and then we're going to start talking about our lives. So make sure you're there to be a part of this whole thing. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I have come forward. I have, again, put myself before you. I've made myself answerable to you, the Bahamian people. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Again, I will explain to those who don't understand that I made an investment. Other people made investments. The investment was attacked. I believe it was attacked maliciously because I was defending Bahamians at the time. And this is the hard part about being an activist. You're going to be attacked. And I had to make a decision at one point, do I continue to be an activist, or I just focus on my business and making my own money and minding my own business? I felt that fighting for the people is what God had for me to do. It has always been my spirit to fight for others, not for myself. You never hear me fighting for myself, even though they've attacked me on many occasions. I've never fought for myself. I felt that to continue that, I would have to stop doing the retail business after I was attacked. All right? It was attacked. There are other people. There's people who lost their jobs. There's other people who lost investments. One of those persons decided that, and she said that I owe her personally. That's fine. I have nothing against someone. I have no ill will, no malice. I ask her to forgive me for whatever wrong I've done to her. I forgive her for whatever wrong she's done to me. But my focus now is on the New Bahamas. She decided to sue. Only me and the company was sued. That's fine. That was justifiable. It went to the Supreme Court. The court asked them to prove how the money was paid, et cetera, et cetera. We don't think that it was proven, but a particular judge, Cheryl Grant Thompson, this the judge did the what do you call it, the Shantytown situation. That's the judge that in the situation with Chrissy Love. That's also the judge in the situation with Adrian Gibson. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just letting you know which judge that is. Cheryl Grant Thompson decided that she, years later, would come and make a judgment. And then she came and we heard about that in social media. Then she came and adjusted it, the judgment a month over a month, I think later, and 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 added some penalty to it without being asked to do so by the plaintiff or anyone, and without having any hearing. That was down. That decision was down by appeals. Again, I won a part of it in the Court of Appeals, and she appealed. She won the majority of it, the larger part. Both of us won a part of it in the Court of Appeal, so it had to go to the Privy Council, all right, in our opinion. And so we went to the Privy Council. We got permission from our courts to go to the Privy Council, the Court of Appeal. They commented saying, we don't think you could win, but you can go, all right? You have enough to go there. There are persons who have been rejected because they didn't have a case. The Court of Appeal allowed us to go as of right. We went to the Privy Council. It was supposed to start in May, and when it was supposed to come up, all of a sudden it was postponed and pushed back to July. And instead of having the hearing, they said they would have a pre-hearing. And at the pre-hearing, they explained that these stuff should have been dealt with at the lower courts, and anything that was dealt with at the lower courts, they don't deal with, and so they're not going to take the hearing. They didn't make a decision on who is right or who is wrong. So you're going to see the trolls come out and try to say, "Oh, the Privy Council found against him," and no, that decision was not made. They didn't make any determination as to who was right or who was wrong or any of that stuff. They made a determination that they are not going to hear it. All right, that's it. And they have a choice to do so. You remember when Trump case was coming up and they were saying that the Supreme Court, which is their highest court, they had a choice to accept the case or not. And they could have chosen to not accept the case, and it's their choice whether they wanted to or not. And so that's the prerogative of the court. In this case, they chose, okay, yeah, $40,000 case. Y'all go deal with that. That's my opinion of what happened. And so I instructed my attorney, I don't have time to be dealing with this. I'm focusing on New Bahamas. Let's start the process, start the conversation, and whatever needs to happen to get rid of this. All right. And so that's it. And so a newspaper person called me and said, "Oh, we heard that the Privy Council held the lower courts or decided against you, etc." I said, "No. The Privy Council decided they're not hearing the case. That's it. So we are left in limbo. All right. And so I've decided I'm going to end this in any way I can once they decide to be amicable. Okay. All right. All right. So we're done with that. I opened up myself. Let's get to work. All right. Let's get to work. This one is over. This is behind us. I'm not before the courts anymore. I'm going to deal with what I have to deal with. But let's get moving forward to saving this Bahamas. Sorry, trolls. Y'all don't have nothing on me now. Y'all don't have nothing over my head. Let's get moving. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. Some says one good GoFundMe could solve that. Hey, you want to contribute? That's on you. I'm not asking anyone to contribute anything, but if you want to contribute, that's fine with me. But I'm not asking anyone to do anything. I mean, God provides. All right. But thank you so much for your support. I am serious. I'm ready. As you can see, we're doing what no other third party has ever done. You can see that they are terrified of us. You're going to see it in the media over the weekend. This is terror. When you see them covering this, that's terror. All right? Because they ain't cover Brave Davis, them situations, and all these other people's situations. This has been the most talked about case in the history of this country. There's not been a day for years when they have not talked. Where two people hey, well, you need to pay me back. Hey, come on. So you're gonna see them go crazy in the mainstream media. But so be it. They have a right to do so. I believe in freedom of speech. Let them do their thing. Let's continue to focus on the new Bahamas. The media will have their judgment day. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. Now it's time to continue to get the work. See you all on Sunday. All right. Everybody, show up on Sunday. Everybody, show up on Sunday. The PLP having a big meeting tonight. They're in panic, and I want you to understand. While I was at that meeting with the parliamentary commissioner, where they're trying to bring in these new cards, they wanted to know how much what the timeline was, how much time they had. It may take them 8 to 10 months to do that. Brave implicated that you don't have 8 to 10 months. The time is now, was his words. The time is now. Election is upon us. We need you. If you want to come out and walk with us, hit the streets with us, we need you. For my Pinewood people, we have to take Pinewood. We have to transform Pinewood constituency in Pinewood Gardens. I need you. It's time to come out. It's time to walk. If you want to volunteer for the polls, reach out to us. Our headquarters in Chippenham is open every single day across from Botanical Gardens. And our headquarters in Pinewood is open every single day. Every day. You can come there and make an appointment to see me. You can come to our national headquarters, make an appointment to see me, etc. Or just pop in. This is a beautiful setup. We're getting it together, getting all our furnitures in place. You can come and just hang out and be here with us. We're going to be here every day. Just come and be here. In fact, I'm going to turn this camera around so you can see some of what's happening there. They're telling me, no, 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 no. No, no. Everyone's sitting in front of me saying, no, no, no. They don't want you to see them. But we got some beautiful furniture in here. You all come see because these women sitting in here, they ain't want to be, they don't want to be a star. All right. So we got people sitting in front of me. But thank you so much. Let's stay focused. The headquarters is here. We got some beautiful chairs. You all to come sit, hang, talk with me. I'll be here every day. Um, uh, but we're going to be building and creating New Bahamas from right here. All right. So you know where to find me. You know where I'll be. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I'm doing this because I love you and I love my country. And I love you and my country first than anyone else. I don't hate nobody else because I love you, but I love you, Bahamas. See you next time.